The customer's concern is that zone 1 is not working. He knows that there's a problem because it's indicated on the Rain Bird controller. We're not going to use the controller to tell us what zone number is bad. We are going to use our multimeter. With our multimeter set to ohms, we're going to do a little ohms reading on the wires here. We're going to put one of our testers on zone 1 and the other one on the common wire. And we're going to go back down here and we're looking for a reading between 20 and 60. And that's definitely below 20. It's 1.7, which does mean that there is a short in the wire or the solenoid. All right, we'll go ahead and move this to zone number 2 over here just to show you what a good reading looks like. There you go, 38.4. And again, we're testing zone number 2 now. All right, let's go and see if there's a problem with the solenoid or with the wire. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna test the solenoid with this multimeter. Fortunately, I know where the valve is at. This is valve number 1. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect the wire nuts, do that single-handedly. We'll do a better job connecting those wires when we're finished here. And we'll set up the multimeter right there. We'll grab the 2 wires. All right, this is gonna be kind of hard to see. I'm gonna be holding the phone with this hand, but just know that I have one of the leads touching the wire here, the black one. And then the other lead is going to touch this wire right here. And we are getting a reading of 0.5. Well, that tells me the solenoid is the problem and not the wire. Now, if the solenoid came back and said anything between 20 and 60, we would have a good solenoid, and then we would be looking into a problem with the wire itself. In which case, you should ask your client, hey man, have you done any construction work or digging around in your yard? Because that is where you're going to find the problem with the wire, if there is one. All right, now let's get that solenoid replaced. We'll go ahead and put in a new solenoid here, and we'll go retest the zone to see if it works. Side note, installing valves inside of a 6-inch box like this should be illegal. I'm gonna have to dig up the box just to replace the solenoid, which is annoying and defeats the purpose of the box other than being able to find the valve again. All right, that's enough complaining. Let me fix the problem. All right, now with that out of the way, we can get to the solenoid. I'll crack this puppy open, out with the old, in with the new. I feel like I should mention that I'm here to fix the problem with the solenoid, not necessarily replace the box, okay? All right, with a fresh set of wire nuts on it and the solenoid parked in the middle of the valve box, we should be able to address this valve in the future if we need to, using that tiny little valve box. Now let's go back to the controller and go take a look at the reading. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna stick one of these probes on common, one on zone 1, and would you look at that, 38.7. That's a Rain Bird solenoid, and it will fire. Oh, the alarm light is still on, so we have to go back here and hit the little reset button, which my fat fingers won't fit in there. Oh, maybe they will. Reset button is good. Let's go ahead and just turn on zone 1 and see what happens. Also have to hold that long enough. And there we go. Zone 1 started up, did not short out, and is running. On to the next one.